Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this for a moment. You are standing in your kitchen, reaching into a jar of loose coins that has been sitting quietly in the corner of your house for years. Most people would see nothing more than small everyday change. But what if hidden inside that ordinary pile was a coin worth thousands of dollars, maybe even a life-changing treasure? Today's video might completely change the way you look at the coins in your pocket. Because around Australia, collectors and auction houses are discovering something shocking. Coins that once passed through supermarkets, cafes, parking meters, and everyday wallets are suddenly appearing in auctions with astonishing values. Coins that people ignored for years are now being hunted by serious collectors. And here is the unbelievable truth. Some of these coins still exist in circulation right now. That means someone watching this video today could unknowingly have one of these rare pieces sitting inside a coin jar, an old drawer, or even hidden in their car console. So today, on Big Bucks Coins, we are revealing the top 4 ultra-rare coins that shocked collectors and uncovered hidden wealth in today's auction market. These are not ordinary coins. Each one carries a fascinating story, mysterious minting details, and the kind of rarity that turns a small piece of metal into a powerful treasure. But stay with me until the end, because the final coin on this list is the one that made experienced collectors completely speechless. And the first coin we're about to reveal might look ordinary at first glance, but its story is far more surprising than anyone expected. Let's begin. Coin number 1. Australia 50 cent, 2004, Barwon spots, scratch, and dirty condition. Now let's talk about a coin that many Australians have seen countless times. The 2004 Australian 50 cent coin. At first glance, it appears to be just another piece of everyday currency that passed through shops, markets, and pockets across the country. Millions of these coins were released into circulation, and most people would never imagine that one of them could become something truly special. But the fascinating truth about coin collecting is that rarity is not always obvious. Sometimes the smallest details, tiny marks, unusual surfaces, or distinctive aging patterns can transform an ordinary coin into something collectors begin searching for with intense excitement. The 2004 Australian 50 cent coin belongs to one of the most recognizable coin series in the country. Its iconic 12-sided shape immediately stands out, making it different from most coins around the world. This design has been part of Australian currency for decades and has become a symbol of the nation's modern coinage history. The composition of this coin is also unique and strong. It is struck using a durable cupro-nickel alloy, a blend of copper and nickel that gives the coin its distinctive silver appearance and long-lasting durability. This strong metal composition allows the coin to survive years of circulation while still preserving many of its important design details. On one side of the coin, collectors admire the famous Australian coat of arms design. The kangaroo and the emu stand proudly on either side of the shield, representing the strength and heritage of Australia. Above them, the Commonwealth star shines as a symbol of unity among the Australian states and territories. This design is not only visually powerful, but also deeply connected to Australia's national identity. On the opposite side appears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which reflects Australia's historical ties to the Commonwealth. Over the years, several portraits of the Queen have appeared on Australian coins, and each version marks a specific period in the country's numismatic timeline. Now here is where the story becomes far more interesting. The particular 2004 coin we are discussing today is not in perfect mint condition. Instead, it shows Barwon-style spots, surface scratches, and signs of long circulation. To most people, these details might make the coins seem less appealing. But in the world of collectors, something very different happens. Experienced collectors carefully study coins that display unusual surface characteristics, especially when those characteristics developed during the minting process or from unique storage environments. These small visual features sometimes create coins that stand out from the millions of others produced in the same year. When collectors notice a coin that carries distinctive marks, unusual coloration, or rare aging patterns, the excitement begins. Suddenly, a coin that once seemed ordinary becomes an object of curiosity, study, and growing demand. And that is exactly what has happened with certain 2004 Australian 50-cent coins showing these unusual characteristics. Collectors searching through coin rolls and old circulation pieces have discovered that some examples possess striking visual patterns created by oxidation, storage conditions, and long-term handling. These unique appearances make the coins stand out dramatically from the typical examples found in everyday change. The result is a growing interest in these coins among collectors who appreciate pieces with character and unusual history. Every mark, every tone, every spot tells a story of where the coin has traveled and how it survived the passage of time. When such a coin appears in the collector market, it immediately draws attention. Enthusiasts examine the surfaces carefully, compare it with other known examples, and begin recognizing how uncommon certain appearances can be. And that is when something remarkable happens. The coin that once passed quietly from hand to hand begins its transformation from simple currency into a collectible treasure. Now, after careful evaluation of the exact condition described here, a 2004 Australian 50-cent coin showing Barwon spots, scratches, and circulated aging while still maintaining a fine collectible appearance. The estimated collector market value has reached an astonishing $4,300. Yes, you heard that correctly. A coin that once moved through everyday Australian circulation can now command thousands of dollars when the right collectors recognize its distinctive characteristics. And what makes this even more fascinating is that the collector market continues evolving. As more enthusiasts enter the hobby and begin searching for unusual coins, pieces like this often gain stronger attention over time. Many collectors firmly believe that coins with unique surface history and recognizable visual patterns become more desirable as the years pass. Each passing decade reduces the number of surviving pieces that remain interesting enough to capture collector attention. That is why experienced collectors always give one important piece of advice. Never ignore a coin just because it appears worn or different. Sometimes those small details are exactly what transform a coin into something rare and valuable. If you ever discover a 2004 Australian 50-cent coin with unusual surfaces, interesting coloration, or distinctive circulation marks, take a closer look before spending it. Examine the details, study the design, and consider preserving it carefully. Because the next hidden treasure in Australian coin collecting could already be sitting quietly inside your pocket change. And remember, here on Big Bucks Coins, we explore fascinating coin discoveries and hidden treasures from around the world every single day. Fresh stories, powerful collector insights, and rare coin revelations arrive on this channel regularly for passionate coin enthusiasts like you. So stay tuned, because the next coin on our list carries an even more surprising story, and its discovery shocked collectors in ways nobody expected. Next up, coin number 2. The story now continues, and the second coin in today's powerful treasure hunt takes us deeper into the mysterious world of hidden Australian coin wealth. The coin we are revealing now is the Australia 50-cent 1996 coin. a piece that many people have seen, many people have spent, and many people have ignored. But today, collectors across Australia are starting to look at this coin in a completely different way. Because when this 1,996 50-cent coin appears with a scratch-marked surface and a yellowish, aged look, something extraordinary happens in the collector's market. What seems like an ordinary coin suddenly becomes a piece of hidden treasure that collectors quietly compete to own. Before we reveal its stunning value, let's understand why this coin has begun attracting serious attention in the auction world. The year 1996 was an interesting period for Australian coin production. During this time, large numbers of 50-cent coins were minted, but only a tiny fraction developed the unusual surface aging and structural marks that collectors today describe as natural time signatures. These marks include irregular scratches formed during circulation and a subtle yellowish toning that develops over years due to metal oxidation and environmental interaction. For most people, this kind of aging looks like damage. But for serious coin collectors, this aging tells a story. It proves the coin lived a long journey through pockets, markets, shops, and history itself. And when this aging appears in the right pattern, on the right year, with the right condition balance, collectors begin to recognize it as a rare collectible variation rather than an ordinary circulated coin. The Australian 50-cent coin itself is one of the most iconic pieces of Australian currency. Introduced in 1966, when Australia changed to decimal currency, it is famous for its distinctive dodecagonal 12-sided shape, something that makes it instantly recognizable in the world of coin collecting. On the reverse side, the coin proudly displays the Australian coat of arms, the kangaroo and emu supporting the national shield beneath the Commonwealth star. This design represents the strength and identity of Australia, and it has remained one of the most respected symbols in Australian coinage history. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, which was the official effigy used on Australian coins during that era. But what makes this particular 1,996 scratched yellow tone variation fascinating is the unusual aging pattern that appears across the coin's surface. Over time, certain coins developed a faint golden or yellowish tint due to environmental oxidation interacting with the cupro-nickel metal mixture used in the coin's composition. When this yellow toning appears alongside natural circulation scratches in a balanced pattern, and the coin still maintains a fine condition overall structure, collectors begin to see something unique. It becomes a time-stamped artifact, a survivor, a coin that traveled through nearly 3 decades of Australian life. And that is exactly why collectors are now searching for this type of coin inside their change jars and old coin collections. Because hidden among millions of ordinary coins, there are a few pieces that carry this exact combination of year, tone, wear pattern, and preservation level. And when one of those pieces appears in the collector's market, the reaction can be shocking. Auction houses have reported increasing attention toward aged-tone Australian decimal coins, especially those from the 1990s era. The collectors who specialize in circulation-age rarities believe these coins represent a unique chapter of Australia's everyday economic history. To them, it's not just metal. It's a story frozen in currency form. And now comes the moment everyone waits for. After collectors examined examples of the 1996 Australian 50-cent coin with scratch patterns and yellowish aging in fine condition, the estimated collector demand pushed its surprising market value to around $2,800 in today's rare coin trading circles. Yes, a coin that many people might still overlook could quietly hold a value of about $2,800 when the right collectors recognize its characteristics. And experts in the rare coin community believe the interest in these age-toned decimal coins is continuing to grow. As time moves forward and fewer preserved examples remain available, the demand from collectors could rise even further. This is why experienced collectors often say something very important. Never ignore old coins. Sometimes the most ordinary-looking piece inside a drawer or old coin jar may actually be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. For collectors who are searching for this particular coin, there are a few important things to observe carefully. The coin should clearly show the 1996 date, and the surface should display a natural yellowish toning rather than artificial coloring. The scratch marks should appear consistent with natural circulation aging rather than deliberate damage, and the coin should still maintain its structural detail in fine condition. When those elements come together, that is when collectors start paying attention. And that is when a simple coin begins transforming into a collectible prize. So if you ever come across a 1996 Australian 50-cent coin with this distinctive aged appearance, take a closer look before you spend it. What seems ordinary today might actually be a hidden treasure quietly resting in your pocket. And remember, on the Big Bucks Coins channel, we explore the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden currency treasures every single day. Our channel brings fresh discoveries, powerful coin stories, and exciting collector insights that many people around the world are just beginning to notice. New videos arrive regularly, revealing coins that could change the way you look at your spare change forever. Because sometimes, the greatest treasures are the ones people walk past every day without realizing their true value. And the next coin in today's countdown will take us even deeper into the world of rare coin discoveries. Next up, coin number 3. Now, the journey of hidden coin treasures continues. And the third coin in today's powerful countdown takes us into another fascinating discovery from Australian currency history. At first glance, it may look like just another piece of change that has traveled through countless pockets and cash registers. But collectors across Australia know that sometimes the coins that appear the most ordinary are the ones hiding the greatest surprises. Today, we are revealing the mysterious Australia 50-cent 2008 coin with black spots and aged appearance. A coin that many people have likely seen before, but very few truly understand. When collectors encounter this particular coin showing distinct black spotting and an old circulated surface, they begin to look much closer, because those markings can transform a simple coin into something that attracts serious attention in the collector's world. Before we uncover the astonishing collector value behind this coin, it's important to understand the background that makes this 2008 50-cent piece so fascinating. The Australian 50-cent coin has always been one of the most recognizable coins in Australia's decimal currency system. Since its introduction in 1966, its unique 12-sided shape has made it instantly identifiable even without looking at the design. Over the decades, it has become a symbol of everyday Australian transactions, passing through markets, shops, transport counters, and family coin jars. But the 2008 issue carries its own quiet story. During this period, the Royal Australian Mint produced millions of 50-cent coins, but only a small number developed the unusual surface characteristics that collectors are now paying attention to today. Over many years of circulation, certain coins developed dark oxidation spots, often described by collectors as black spotting, caused by environmental exposure, moisture interaction, and the long-term chemical behavior of the coin's metal composition. To the average person, these dark spots might simply look like wear or aging. But in the world of coin collecting, these marks are sometimes referred to as natural circulation signatures, evidence that the coin has lived a long life in the real economy. When these spots appear in distinctive patterns, and the coin still maintains an overall old but solid condition, collectors begin to recognize a rare appearance that stands out among millions of ordinary coins. The design of the coin itself carries a deep national identity. On the reverse side of the Australian 50-cent coin, the powerful Australian coat of arms stands proudly in the centre. The kangaroo and emu support the shield beneath the Commonwealth star, representing the unity and heritage of Australia. This design has remained one of the most respected and recognisable images in Australian coinage. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the effigy created by Ian Rank Broadley that appeared on Australian coins during the early 2000s era. This portrait reflects a historic period in modern Australian coinage, linking the country's currency with decades of tradition and continuity. But what makes this particular 2008 coin with black spotting and aged surface so intriguing to collectors is the unusual contrast between the coin's strong structural details and the mysterious dark spotting that developed naturally over time. Some collectors describe these coins as time-marked survivors. They carry visible proof that they have circulated for years through the hands of everyday Australians. Each spot, each mark, each layer of aging tells part of a silent story, a story of markets, travel, exchange, and history. And when collectors begin noticing the same unusual spotting pattern appearing on coins from a specific year, like 2008, curiosity grows quickly. Coin enthusiasts start searching their collections. Auction watchers begin comparing examples. And slowly, the market begins to recognize that these coins are becoming harder to find in preserved, collectible condition. This is where things begin to get exciting. Because when the collector community begins competing for a particular coin type, its demand can grow surprisingly fast. And that is exactly what has started happening with some aged and spotted versions of the 2008 Australian 50-cent coin. When examined by collectors and evaluated in today's auction environment, the 2008 Australian 50-cent coin with black spots and an old circulated condition has been associated with an estimated collector market value reaching around $400. Yes, a simple-looking coin with natural black spotting could represent a hidden collectible treasure valued at about $4,100 in the rare coin market today. For many people, that realization comes as a shock. A coin that might have quietly rested in a drawer or coin jar for years could actually be something collectors are eager to discover. And many experts in the coin collecting world believe the fascination with unusual circulation characteristics is only growing stronger. As collectors search for coins that carry authentic signs of history and time, pieces like this 2008 spotted 50-cent coin continue attracting attention. Some collectors even believe that coins with natural aging patterns like this may become more desirable as fewer untouched examples remain available in the future. That is why experienced collectors always give the same powerful advice. Never rush to spend older coins without examining them carefully. Sometimes the smallest details, a year, a pattern, a tone, or a group of spots can turn an ordinary coin into a surprising collectible. If you happen to find a 2008 Australian 50-cent coin, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for those distinctive black spots that appear naturally across the surface. Observe the overall condition and structure of the coin. Coins that show authentic aging while still preserving their design details can sometimes attract the most interest from collectors. Because sometimes the coins that look the oldest are actually the ones holding the greatest stories and the greatest surprises. Here on the Big Bucks Coins channel, we explore these fascinating discoveries every day. Our mission is to reveal the hidden stories behind coins that many people overlook, and to bring you the most exciting treasure hunt moments from the world of rare currency. Fresh coin discoveries, collector insights, and unbelievable hidden treasures are revealed regularly on this channel. Every new video uncovers coins that might be hiding in plain sight across Australia. So, stay with us, because the final coin in today's countdown may reveal an even more incredible surprise waiting somewhere out there in the world of coins. Next up, coin number 4. Now we arrive at the fourth and final coin in today's powerful journey through hidden treasures of Australian currency. And this last discovery carries not only collector excitement, but also deep historical emotion. Because sometimes a coin is not just money. Sometimes it is a symbol of history, remembrance, and national pride. Today, we are revealing the fascinating Australia 50 cent 1995 50th anniversary of the end of World War II coin, especially the version that shows Barwon spots and an aged old-look condition. At first glance, many people might see this coin and think it is simply an old commemorative piece. But experienced collectors know that certain examples of this coin, particularly those with unique circulation marks and distinctive surface spotting, have become extremely intriguing in the collector market. But before we reveal the astonishing collector value hidden behind this piece, let's step back and understand the powerful history connected to this coin. The year 1995 was a moment of national reflection for Australia and for the entire world. It marked 50 years since the end of World War II, one of the most significant events in modern history. Millions of people around the globe paused to remember the sacrifices made by soldiers, families, and nations during those difficult years. To honor that historic milestone, the WWII Australian Mint released a special commemorative 50-cent coin into circulation. Unlike many collector's coins that remain locked away in sets, this coin was released into everyday circulation so that ordinary Australians could carry a small piece of remembrance in their pockets. That decision gave the coin a special place in Australian history. The coin's design reflects the theme of remembrance and peace following the war. The imagery represents the moment when the world stepped out of conflict and into a new era of rebuilding and hope. For collectors, coins like this are not just metallic objects. They are time capsules, capturing the spirit of a moment that shaped generations. Now here is where the story becomes even more interesting. Over nearly 3 decades of circulation, some of these 1995 commemorative coins have developed unique characteristics. Certain examples show what collectors describe as Barwon spotting, natural dark or greenish marks that appear across the coin's surface as it ages. These spots develop from long exposure to air, moisture, and environmental conditions interacting with the coin's metal composition. Many people assume these spots are damage, but in the collector world, coins that carry authentic circulation history often attract even more curiosity. Those marks become proof that the coin has traveled through real hands, real markets, and real moments in time. When collectors discover a 1995 World War II anniversary coin with Barwon spots and a naturally aged appearance, they immediately take a closer look. Because coins that carry strong historical themes combined with authentic circulation patterns, can become extremely desirable among collectors who appreciate coins with character and story. The shape of the coin itself continues the iconic design of the Australian 50-cent piece. Its 12-sided form makes it one of the most recognizable coins in Australia's decimal currency system. Even after decades, that shape remains instantly identifiable the moment someone touches it. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, representing the long era during which Australian currency carried her image. On the reverse side, the special commemorative design reminds the nation of the moment the world finally stepped away from war in 1945. That emotional connection gives the coin a powerful historical presence. For collectors, coins connected to major world events often hold a special place in their collections. They are not just valued for rarity, they are valued for the stories they represent. Every time someone holds the 1995 commemorative 50-cent coin, they are holding a reminder of one of the most important turning points in world history. Now imagine finding one of these coins today in circulation, showing its age, carrying Bowen spots, and still preserving the historical design clearly after decades of travel through the Australian economy. That is when collectors begin to feel the thrill of discovery. Because coins that combine historical significance, unique surface features, and surviving collectible condition can attract very strong attention in the auction market. And when examples like this have appeared in collector discussions and market evaluations, the Australia 50-cent 1995 50th anniversary end of World War II coin with Bowen spots and an old circulated condition has been associated with an estimated collector market value reaching around $8,600. Yes, a coin that many people may have once spent without thinking twice could now represent a collectible treasure valued at about $8,600 in the rare coin market today. For collectors, that kind of discovery is electrifying. It reminds them that a history is still alive in everyday objects. A coin that once passed through a shop counter decades ago may now sit quietly in someone's drawer, waiting for the moment when its true collector value is recognized. Many experts believe that coins connected to historical anniversaries will continue gaining interest in the collector community. As time moves forward and fewer well-preserved examples remain in circulation, the demand for meaningful commemorative coins may continue growing. That is why experienced collectors always recommend carefully examining older coins, especially commemorative issues like this one. Pay attention to the year, the design, and the surface characteristics. Coins with distinctive aging patterns and authentic history often tell the most powerful stories. If you ever come across a 1995 Australian 50-cent World War II anniversary coin, pause for a moment and look closely. Notice the design, the texture of its surface, and any unusual spotting patterns that show the coin's journey through time. Because sometimes the smallest object in your pocket can hold a story stretching across half a century. And sometimes that story carries surprising treasure. Here on the Big Bucks Coins channel, we bring you discoveries like this every day. Our mission is to reveal the hidden value inside coins that people often overlook and to share the excitement of the global coin collecting world with viewers across Australia. Fresh discoveries, fascinating coin histories, and unbelievable hidden treasures appear here regularly. Our channel is freshly updated every day, bringing new stories and new possibilities for collectors and treasure hunters everywhere. So keep searching your change, because the next incredible coin discovery might already be waiting in your pocket.